Welcome to this overview of the Key Crossing Reliability Initiative project. The project site is located adjacent to the Francis Scott Key Bridge within the Patapsco River between Hawkins Point in Baltimore City and Sollers Point in Baltimore County. BGE is proposing to replace a portion of an existing 230 kV electric transmission line by constructing an overhead portion across the Patapsco River. This project will help BGE continue to provide reliable service to our customers, part of a more than 200-year commitment as the nation's first gas utility. BGE plays an important role in the region by serving more than 1.2 million residential and business customers and more than 650,000 gas customers encompassing Baltimore City, and all are part of 10 central Maryland counties. BGE has invested more than $9 billion in system upgrades and expansion since 2002, including ongoing investments in natural gas modernization, utility poles, overhead power lines, underground cables, and equipment to maintain reliable service to our customers. System improvements lead to fewer outages and faster restoration times. These investments in our infrastructure have contributed to a 20% improvement in system reliability since 2010. BGE has been reaching out, educating key stakeholders, and receiving feedback over the last 2 years, and will continue educating the public on project details, providing a forum for the public to provide feedback to BGE. An informative website has been created for the project and is located at bge.com/keycrossing. BGE operates a 230 kV system that encircles the Baltimore region, providing safe and reliable electric service to its customers. Running adjacent to the Francis Scott Key Bridge beneath the Patapsco River lies an existing underground electric transmission line. This line is approximately 2.25 miles long and was installed in the 1970s. These circuits are the only underground transmission lines in the BGE 230 kV ring. The underground circuits need to be replaced to maintain electric reliability and to meet growing energy demand. BGE initiated engineering studies to identify and evaluate replacement alternatives for this critical electric transmission link. The studies found significant challenges in regard to the underground replacement option, which included significant environmental impacts within the Chesapeake Bay critical area and the Patapsco River, disruption to the waterway for the Port of Baltimore and commercial and recreational traffic, highest cost impact to customers, the least opportunity for job creation, and a high impact to the current and future shipping channel. An overhead replacement option was also developed and, when studied, showed a more positive conclusion, including less temporary and permanent impacts to the Chesapeake Bay critical area and the Patapsco River, limited disruption to the waterways for the Port of Baltimore and commercial and recreational traffic, the lowest cost impact to customers, the greatest potential for job creation, and would use proven technology in the construction. BGE will construct a double-circuit 230 kV overhead electric transmission line to replace the existing underground circuits. The overhead lines will tie into the existing overhead system at Hawkins Point in Baltimore City and Sollers Point in Baltimore County. After the overhead crossing is constructed and placed into service, existing terminal stations at Hawkins Point and Sollers Point, where the key crossing segment transitions from overhead to underground, will be decommissioned and removed. Construction of the overhead transmission lines will include 8 monopole transmission towers, 5 of which will be in the Patapsco River and equipped with structures to provide protection from potential collisions with shipping traffic. 2 of the towers will be located landside on Sollers Point, and 1 tower will be located landside on Hawkins Point. BGE expects construction of the overhead solution to take 2 years from the receipt of permits. During construction, a range of cranes and barges will be used to construct the overhead crossing. The construction sequence for a water-based tower starts with a tower foundation and vessel collision protection structures. Piles are lowered into place and then vibrated down into the firmer soils of the riverbed. Next, they are hammered into place. Precast concrete foundations are secured to the top of the piles. Preformed rebar cages are installed and concrete is poured. These steps are repeated to build the vessel collision protection structures. The monopole towers will then be erected on the foundations. A similar sequence will be followed for the remainder of the water-based towers. The land-based towers will use traditional construction methods. Once all towers are constructed, new electrical conductor and static lines will be strung from shoreline to shoreline using a helicopter. With all conductors in place, the new overhead facilities can be energized and the existing underground facilities can be decommissioned. For the safety of aircraft flying in the vicinity of the Francis Scott Key Bridge, the overhead crossing of the Patapsco River will incorporate marker balls on the static wires and lights on the towers to satisfy Federal Aviation Authority requirements for day and nighttime visibility. For the safety of boats traveling the waterways, navigation markers and lights will be located on the foundations or vessel collision protection structures to satisfy the requirements of the U.S. Coast Guard. BGE is committed to executing this project while minimizing environmental impact. BGE has been partnering and will continue to partner with environmental organizations to explore the potential creation of an oyster habitat on the tower foundations. Restoring a sustainable wetland habitat along the shoreline of the cove within the Chestnut Hill Cove community is also being discussed with community members. While driven by BGE's goal to continue improving the reliability of the regional 230 kV system and supporting industrial and commercial growth within the Baltimore region and across BGE's service territory, the Key Crossing Reliability Initiative also provides local construction jobs, supports local businesses, and is considerate of the environment with which it will be built. BGE is committed to safely and efficiently constructing the Key Crossing Reliability Initiative and providing reliable service for its customers. That's smart energy.